we're the literacy gang. We in our own lane and we got our own slang. We do our own thing with a literacy gang. We in our own lane and we got our own slang. We do our own thing with a literacy gang.
Greetings, Virtual Village family. How are y'all doing today? I hope you all are doing well. So we are having some extreme technical difficulties right now, but we are going to push through. Can you all hear me? I need to know if you all can hear me because I am winging it like a bat and a chicken wing right now, okay? But it is so important that we are here right now with you guys, so no type of technical difficulties are going to stop us from this, because it's all about the literacy, the culture, the community, and the love. And we have had an entire weekend away from each other. So I am glad to be back here. And look, I celebrated my birthday last Thursday, and it went extremely well. I had a wonderful day. I wasn't able to be with my Virtual Village family on that day, but a lot of you all who were connected on my other pages helped to make it a wonderful day, a great weekend. As you guys know, we have our fundraiser going on for Clever Communities in Action right now, and we appreciate the Virtual Villagers who showed us love during that time, and just all of you who continue to pour into the Virtual Village in all types of ways. We did announce today, for those who are not aware, our new theme song that we have. So let's show some more love for that, for Sister Latanya, for what she did in regards to creating this theme song for us. You know, gang, we are the literacy gang. We do our own thing. We have our own slang. And I think that is wonderful. I think that is absolutely fantastic. So look, we are going to get this show rolling. But before I go any further, I do want to ask some questions to the Virtual Village family out here. It's Black History Month. You know, this is the literacy gang. So it's all about reading. So I want to ask you guys again, who are you infusing into your children's lives right now, or the children who are near and dear to you? What books are you all reading? Who are you focusing on right now? It is February, it is Black History Month, and of course, we are all about this life 12 months out of the year, 365 days. But I do want to hear from you all. Who are you reading about right now? Who are you teaching about? That is extremely important. And these things are important for a multitude of reasons. But one, like I always say, we are not learning history. We are not learning history just to be able to say, you know, spew out some dates, to say, I know this fact, I know that fact. We are using literacy. We are using history as a weapon. We are using literacy as a weapon for liberation, for learning, for intellect, for instilling cultural confidence into our children, so that when they end up in places and situations where things don't seem right or don't feel right, they are armed with the knowledge to know how to respond, how to defend themselves, how to articulate themselves, and also just instilling pride. Everybody deserves to know. Everybody needs to know about the contributions that Black people have made to this country and to this world. So please share with us, who are y'all reading about? Who are y'all learning about? We definitely want to know. So again, we have a wonderful night in store for you guys. We have a beloved teacher coming back who you all may have not seen in a while, but I know you're going to be excited to have him here. We have the moments in history that you definitely do not want to miss. And of course, right here, right now, our Shania is about to lift our moods exponentially. Do your thing, baby girl.
Greetings, Virtual Villagers. My name is Shania, and do you know what time it is? It's affirmation time! Time to remind ourselves how great we are. So everybody, repeat after me. I am smart. I have purpose. I am confident. I am valuable. My voice is worthy of being heard. I am an asset to my family, school, and community. I respect myself and I respect others. I am beautifully made inside and out. I love my beautiful hair and I love my beautiful brown skin. I am more than enough. Great job, virtual villagers. Can I get a virtual high five? Great job. And always remember how fantastic you are.
Villagers, I'm Kalia, and I know you guys been waiting for it. I know you guys are ready. Here's today's moment in history. Jack Johnson, the Galveston Giant, was a force to be reckoned with in his heyday. He was the first world heavyweight boxing champion when he was said to have systematically dismantled, slaughtered, and flat out outclassed then reigning champion Tommy Burns at Sydney Stadium in Australia in 1903. Johnson had to go through at least 50 other fights that he won just to get a shot at the champ too. So Johnson was an experienced veteran in the ring. He wasn't just all brawn though. Johnson was an extensive reader and used the knowledge he learned in order to help him break down his opponents in the ring. Johnson was the perfect combination of mind and body. So much so that during his fights, he'd hold multiple conversations with ringside spectators and announcers while taunting his helpless opponents. He understood what it meant to live in Jim Crow America coming from Texas. So he made sure to make his presence known outside the ring by dressing in the finest clothes, driving the fastest cars, and talking to anyone he pleased because no society was going to hold him back.
This episode of the Virtual Village Show has been brought to you by Truist.
Good morning, students!
Professor Ramona and I are going to be working on fractions today.
Encuentra el país.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him.
Excuse me.
Ay, de nuevo.
Teachers are doing whatever it takes to connect with their students.
202.
And Cox is too, by connecting over 140,000 eligible students in need with low-cost internet.
Who wants to see it again?
With the Connect to Compete program from Cox.
Have you been injured? Do you need to protect your intellectual property? The McCoy Firm can help you. We are an Atlanta-based boutique law firm offering a unique blend of personal injury and intellectual property services. We provide tailored counseling and representation. The McCoy Firm is here for you. Call us today for a free consultation at 404-999-5-LAW. The McCoy Firm. No gimmicks, just results.
All right, family. So we are definitely making sure that everybody feels affirmed and that we are aware of our history, our culture, all the great things, all of the struggles, all the triumphs, all the brilliance. We are here to provide that. We are your one-stop literacy culture shop, okay? So look, it is again my pleasure to be back here with you guys. I look forward to Mondays so we can get back here and convene. Now, I told you we've been having some technical difficulties on our end. I hope it's not showing up on your end. So I wasn't able to see the comments before, but I'm able to see some of them now. And I'm excited to see we have some new virtual villagers here. Shout out to Sister Angela Leach. I love seeing people from way back when in my life. Glad to see Gadsden family here. And then we have Miss Amanda. Thank you so much for being here. Glad to see you and your continued support. And Miss Amanda has shared with us some of the things that she's been doing with her babies in kindergarten, as far as teaching the history and culture. And that is the thing that they do all the time. And we're appreciative. We are glad to know that this is happening all around the globe, that everybody is on point. And again, February is Black History Month. This is just like the birthday. All right. We are celebrating Black history. We are exploring, dissecting, learning, incorporating Black history all throughout the year. But this is like the birthday celebration where everybody gets together and shows their love all at one time. So I hope y'all are showing a lot of love and understanding the reason why this is so important. Because when we don't know who we are, it affects the way in which we carry ourselves, the way that we conduct ourselves as individuals and as a community. And then for people who are not Black, who are not African American, everybody needs to be aware of the brilliance, the contributions, the resilience that this community has, okay? So again, no matter what month it is, what day it is, y'all gonna get this culture, all right? So look, let's move on with this show. We have a dynamic teacher tonight. We have a brother coming through. You know, I call him a double unicorn. I don't know how he feels about that, if he likes that or not, but it is the name that I give him because he wears many hats. But two of the hats that he wears are not hats that you see Black men wearing all the time for a myriad of reasons, but boy, when they put them on, it's a wonderful look. It's a great fit. So, you know, tonight I want to say B is for Bracey. So everybody, you know, take in your consonant sound. B is for Bracey, and let's bring Brother Bracey on up here. How are you doing, Mr. Bracey?
Doing great, Star. How are you doing?
I am doing well and so glad to have you back.
Glad to be back.
Good, good, good. It is always great. We have wonderful teachers up here, and we love all of the Virtual Village teaching family. But again, here you are as the double-horned unicorn. So for people who are just tuning in for season 4, can you please explain to them why I gave you such a nickname?
Because it's very rare to see a male librarian at an elementary school level, and it's even more rare to see a Black male librarian at the elementary school level.
That's it. That is it. So you guys, if you've never seen one before, you didn't expect that. You tuned in. I don't know what you were expecting. Hopefully it was literacy, culture, community, and love. But now you get to see a double-horned unicorn. How about that? How about that? Okay. So look, what has been going on with you, Mr. Bracey? What is going on with you with the dynamic of being a media specialist during the COVID crisis? You know, how are you doing? How are the teachers doing? How is literacy happening for you guys right here, right now?
Well, first, I would just like to say that that new anthem is amazing, and that should be on the radio.
Thank you. Yes, we are excited about that. And another shout out to Sister Latanya Abyss for doing that. Like she, last season we got surprised by Sister Portia and Peyton, and they came through with the first one that we had, and then Sister Latanya came through with this one, and she and her little cousin went in the studio and whipped up something good. Then we got the opener going. Shout out to Lee for doing those things. And then all of our wonderful Virtual Village family is displayed in there. So it's a team effort. Y'all you can get me singing up in here. It's a family affair. That's what it is, right? That is what it is. So thank you for that, love. And now let's talk about why you are, what is going on in the learning space now.
Well, in Virginia Beach, we're back face to face for some students, and so it's a learning process for the children, for the staff. The social distancing, the mask. At elementary school level, it's definitely a challenge for you to keep 3 to 6 feet away from the students when you're trying to teach. A lot of the library lessons and activities have been virtual for so long, doing it through, Zoom and Google Meets. Now we're back into the classroom. And so trying to keep that space, but then also trying to make it fun and engaging for the children, wanting them to, acquire the books that I'm reading to them. Most of the time I read ebooks, so that way they can go on the computer, get them from home, get them while they're in school. They don't have to worry about checkouts. They can do it anytime they want to. And so that's been going very well. We started off in November. We ended up going back virtual for everyone. And I really pushed for everyone to go on and get their ebooks. And so it might have been 30, 40 checkouts. And now here in February, we're at over 250 checkouts. And so those babies are reading at night. They're reading during the day. Every time they get an opportunity. And the teachers as well are using the electronic books as well.
Well, that is definitely music to our ears. That's exactly what we want to hear. So run that number back again. It's how many checkouts now?
We're over 250.
I love that. I love that.
month.
That is what we are all about here. So thank you so much for staying diligent and making sure that happens, because you all, teachers,
and that's what I was going to say. The teachers really push it. There's teachers that are having competitions between each other, and that competition is fueling the children to read more, and it's great.
Excellent. All of you all have been, it's a challenge for everybody. We know it's a challenge for students, but it's a challenge for teachers, media specialists, admin, everybody. And so we definitely want to give props to the teachers, everybody who is working with our children, who cares and loves our babies and is putting in that extra work, that extra time. So everybody make sure that we remember all of the people, all of the staff who are pouring into our children on a daily basis, and how they've had to make a lot of adjustments as well. It hasn't been easy for anyone, but hopefully we're on a path to getting back, to as close as normal as that is going to be. But again, 2020 definitely taught us resilience and being able to, move with the flow, to be able to make things work despite what life brings our way. So I know that you are here to talk about, not to talk about, but to provide a foundational literacy lesson. So before we get into that, and you bring this wonderful lesson to the Virtual Village family, can you share with us why you believe that foundational literacy is important, and why giving it in these little bite-sized pieces are of value to our children and to anybody who can benefit from foundational literacy lessons?
Well, I believe the foundational literacy opens the door to reading, opens the door to a whole new world, education, being able to educate yourself. And so giving it in these small pieces allows the parents, teachers, students to get a little bit. They can come back to it. It's on YouTube. They can review it. And as their skills grow, then they can go on and further advance their literacy skills.
Excellent. And now, we have the parent tips here. A quick thing for parents to be able to incorporate what our teachers bring to you tonight, ways that are just around your home or your daily life where you can incorporate this literacy lesson into it. So with that said, I'm going to step away, because y'all see me every day, but you don't see double horned unicorns every day. So I'm going to step away and let Mr. Bracey work his magic.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be here again, representing the literacy gang. I have on my gang paraphernalia. Tonight, we are going to work on identifying and naming the uppercase and lowercase letters of the alphabet. We'll begin to tell the difference between spoken sentences, words, and syllables. Identify onset and rhymes. This will help us to understand that words are made up of small units of sound, that these sounds can be blended together to make words. And so we will begin with our letter sounds. Oh, excuse me, the parent tip. Almost forgot about that. Our parent tip for tonight: make a word wall. Use index cards to make flashcards with sight words and put them up in spots around the house or your children's room. All right, now we're going to point to each letter and say the sounds that each letter makes. While pointing to each letter, we'll say the sound, like apple. So we start off with A. A, apple. B, ball. C, cat. D, dog. E, egg. F, fox. G, gate. H, hand. I, insect. J, jump. K, kite. L, ladder. M, milk. N, nut. O, octopus. P, paint. Q, queen. R, rabbit. S, snake. T, top. U, umbrella. V, Valentine. W, window. X, box. Y, yellow. And Z, zebra. Practice those and continue to learn your letters and your sounds. Next activity, we will be doing beginning sounds. Park. We hear P sound at the beginning of park. What letter makes the P sound? P. That's correct. Soup. That's right. Soup has the S sound at the beginning of soup. What letter makes the S sound? That's right. S. Yellow. Hear the Y sound at the beginning of yellow. What letter makes the Y sound? That's correct. It's the Y. Next word is zip. Zip has the Z sound at the beginning of zip. What letter makes the Z sound? That's correct. Z. The last word is buy. We hear B at the beginning of buy. What letter makes the B sound? That's correct. Letter B. B says B. Now let's explore some consonant, vowel, consonant words. We're going to work with blending sounds together and reading words. What letter says T? That's right, T. Now, what letter says Ah? You got it, O. What letter says P? That's right, P. Now we're going to blend these sounds together. T, ah, P. What word did we just make? Top. Great job. Let's do it again. What letter says D? That's right, D. What letter says Ah? Hey, we did that one before. It's a O. Great job. Now, what letter says G? You got it, G. Now let's blend them together. D, ah, G. What's our new word? D, ah, G. Dog. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, we're going to do one more. What letter says N? That's right, N. What letter makes the ah sound again? You got it, O. Now, what letter says T? Great job. T. Now it's time to blend our letters together. N, A, T. What is our new word? N, A, T. Not. Very great job. Very good job. Finally, let's blend our onsets and rhymes, our beginning sounds and ending sounds. We're going to blend some sounds together. I'm going to hold up my left hand and say the sound. Then I will hold up my right hand and say the second sound. Then we'll clap the sounds together. Let's try. L, I've, live. Let's try that one more time. L, I, live. Next word. And, man. W, and, man. All right, let's go to the next word now. W, et, wet. Let's do it one more time. W, et, wet. Last word. Ow. Now. Let's try it one more time. Ow. Now. Excellent job. Virtual Villagers, you did a great job today. Our reading focus for today is going to be using story elements like characters, settings, and events to retell stories. So when we get back, I'll be reading I Keep Getting Mad by Isaiah Thompson.
Excellent lesson there. I must say again, it's the imagery of the Black male teacher, the Black male instructor, the Black male media specialist for me. That's the part that just really gets me, because Chris, you and I have talked about this, and a lot of us never had that, period. And definitely not at the elementary level. And so, you know, your presence where you are in the school where you are, and then this online presence that is out here and available to all students of all ages, I just think that is so powerful. It is something that we need. And for some people, it's something that, you know, we need that we didn't know that we needed. But if you don't know, now you know, okay?
I was fortunate enough to start at, when I started teaching, there were 5 other Black men that were teaching in the building that I was teaching in. And so I had great mentors and role models.
Wow, 5 in one location.
One building, yes.
Oh, that wow. Yeah, that was wonderful. So, and that's great, you know, the role of mentorship and having people, you know, who have been in that place and space before. So you are now an OG, you know, I guess all are in what we're doing at this point. And so you are the one, I guess, who, when you find some other young brothers coming on the scene, that you can pass the mentorship and the knowledge and the wisdom down to them at this point, right?
Definitely. And I would love for us to be able to get into the high schools and promote education as a career for our young Black men.
Well, let's see about that. You know, let's see what we can do to make that happen. Sounds like a plan to me. And you know what happens when you and I come up with a plan. So yeah.
It comes to fruition.
Okay. I love that. So again, Thank you for that lesson. That was really, really great. And now we are ready for you to, we're going to have a word from our sponsors, and then you're going to come back and read that book. And I can't wait to hear you read it. And then I'm looking forward to our discussion after the fact, because I think that's a book that is useful. It is definitely useful in education and as well as home, reading at home. I think we're going to like that one. So don't you guys go anywhere.
After the holidays are over, most Americans prepare for taxes. Titan Tax is ready to make filing your taxes as stress-free as possible. This veteran-owned virtual tax office will prepare and submit your tax return safely from the comfort of your home. If you filed unemployment for the first time or wondering about home office tax deductions, Titan Tax Professional has the answer for you. Contact us today at TitanTax.com or 757-565-7781. Titan Tax, real help from real people.
Welcome back. Again, our story is I Keep Getting Mad. A first grader's struggle with understanding and dealing with anger, written by Isaiah Thompson. My name is Kurt. I am in the first grade. I am very smart. My parents love me a lot and they want me to do good in school. But sometimes I have bad days and I get mad when I have bad days. And so here's Kurt leaving his parents to go to school. Our days are quite busy. We do math, spelling, and a lot of reading. Looks like Kurt is still happy in class, and his classmates are too. Shh. Sometimes I like to talk to my friends in class. I get mad when my teacher tells me not to talk. I don't understand why. I have to be quiet, so I keep talking. Kurt's not following directions. I wonder what's going to happen next. Then my teacher sends me to sit by myself. I don't like sitting by myself, so I get mad. Look at Kurt's face. You can tell he's mad now. This teacher just keeps on teaching. She's trying to teach everybody else. Then I throw my book on the floor because I'm mad. Then my teacher puts a check mark by my name. I don't like check marks by my name, so I get even madder. And look at him, dropping his book on the floor. His face looks angry. Nothing good can come of that. Now my teacher gives me a red card and sends me to talk to the principal. I really hate red cards. Now I'm really mad. I wonder what's going to happen when he goes to the principal's office. Will he get in more trouble? I am still mad because I have to go to the principal's office. And there he is walking down the hallway. My principal talks to me and he tells me about all the things that I can do so that I won't get checks and red cards. He tells me that when I'm disruptive, my teacher can't teach the class, so we cannot be smart. Now it looks like Kurt is a little sad. He understands why his teacher was telling him to be quiet in class. He asks me what I want to be when I grow up. I tell him I want to be a race car driver like Dale Earnhardt. I want to drive really fast. He tells me that first I have to be very smart and listen to my teacher so that I can grow up and be really fast and be a really fast race car driver. So now Kurt is thinking about it. Maybe it's a good idea for him to pay attention in class and follow directions so he can be that race car driver he wants to be. When I went back to class, I raised my hand because I want to be my best. I want to be on my best behavior so that I can race a very fast car when I grow up. I'm not going to be mad anymore. Very good, Kurt. You're raising your hand. Kurt's happy again. His classmates are happy. His teacher is happy. She's proud of him for raising his hand and following directions. I was so good today that my teacher gave me an award. And there's Kurt with his award for his behavior. From now on, I'm going to make sure that I am on my best behavior forever. So one day I can become a great race car driver. And there he is. He's imagining how things will be when he becomes an adult and he can race a car like Dale Earnhardt. So he said he's always going to be on his best behavior from now on so that he can achieve his goals when he gets older. And that's the end of the story. I keep getting mad. I hope you remembered our main character's name, Kurt. And at the beginning of the story, he wasn't following directions and he got in trouble. He had to move to the back of the classroom, sit by himself, and then he had to get his name checked on the board. Then he got a red card. That meant he had to go to the principal's office. Then when he got to the principal's office, the principal explained to him why it was important for him to follow directions. At the end of the story, Kurt made up his mind that he was going to have great behavior so that he could become a race car driver when he became an adult. I hope you enjoyed the story.
Well, I definitely enjoyed the story. I hope our virtual village family did as well. And I hope you have your little ones gathered around and that you guys are reading this together. So that was a wonderful story, very relevant. And of course, you read it well, phenomenally. But what made you decide to choose that book?
I chose that book because in kindergarten and first grade, that is something that I see. They're learning for the first time, some of them, that they can't just do what they want to do. And so it becomes that struggle. But then once they understand that it's to help them, it's not to be mean, then and they get praised for it. Like he got a reward at the end, a certificate, a trophy. Those things go a long way in helping them to understand that, hey, it's okay for me to follow directions. I can't do everything I want to do and be as impulsive maybe as they would be at home when they're in school. I mean, even virtually, we see that in the virtual classroom as well.
Wow. And to your point, those things do go a long way because, you know, teachers, media specialists, you all do a wonderful job with those reward systems because so many times I've had my babies come to me like, I was doing great all day. It means so much to them. It means so much to them, or getting a sticker, getting a star, getting that recognition for their behavior, of course, for their academics, but for their behavior as well. So those things do matter. And I think that was a great story. And it speaks to, you know, brown children being able to see themselves in literature, in things that we deal with on a daily basis. But I know that it goes a long way where it's relatable, where the child looks like you. Or where the child looks like your sister or your brother. So I think that was a wonderful selection that you had there. And I do recommend that our virtual village family add that to the home library of your children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, church children, mosque children, neighborhood children, whoever the children are in your lives, okay? Make sure you add these books, and they are great gifts for just because, all right? So is there anything you want to share with us, Mr. Bracey, before you leave us this evening?
Just to keep your children reading, engaged in books and in literature. Anytime that you have the opportunity, sit down with them, go over a story. There are a lot of books that are already read online that you can get from YouTube. Share those as well. If you don't have the book at home, you can share those stories. There are certain YouTube sites that specialize in books with African-American characters and books with African-American authors. So search those out.
Definitely, definitely. And always keep tuning in here every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to get the stories that are read here with your virtual village family. So thank you for those words of advice. And Mr. Bracey, it is always wonderful to have you here. Again, thank
Always
you
great
for
to be here,
all
Miss
that you
Armstrong.
thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for all that you do for our children on a daily basis. And we look forward to having you back. You have a great evening.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Well, it is always a pleasure to have Mr. Bracey in the building again. A lot of us, most of us were deprived of having a Black male teacher, and definitely we didn't have it in the elementary level. So I am appreciative of him being here, and I hope you guys are feeling that energy and that imagery as well. It's a beautiful thing all around. And we know that representation definitely matters. So being able to see Black men teaching our children at a young age, it goes a long way. It definitely goes a long way. I want to shout out some of the comments. We have the family in here, and we are always glad to see you all here. Miss Letitia is in the building with that warm greeting. She says, great evening, CCIA family, and great evening to you, sis. And again, we appreciate Sister Dawn, Sister Amanda, all of the people who drop in and let their presence be known. And those of you who are shy, who are watching and aren't telling us, we are glad that you are here as well. So look, you guys, now it is, let's see. I mean, we've had a wonderful show today, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on right now. There's the debate. How many of you all saw the Judas and Black Messiah movie? How many of you all have tuned in to the movie about Chairman Fred Hampton? I want to know if you guys are checking these things out. I saw it, and I have my opinions about it, but I hope that when these types of things come out, that we make it a priority to be reading and also to, view things that are about our history, and that we make sure that we keep this alive. We are a literacy game. We are a literacy-based foundation, but the history component is important as well. And also, the more that we read and learn about our history, when things do come out, like movies, we have the information, we have the knowledge to be able to discern, to draw opinions based upon what we already know, or to draw critiques based upon what we already know. And if we watch with our children, movies can't tell the whole story, but if we know, we can fill in the gaps, right? So, I hope these things are important to us. I hope you guys know about Chairman Fred. He has definitely been featured in moments of history here. If you are not familiar, let us know, and we will run that one back again. But please do your research. I have a challenge going on right now with some of the people. I dropped the status about having watched the movie and being in a very somber mode after, and we had quite a few people. We had a young brother who said that he was not aware of who Chairman Fred was, and he felt that the movie did not do justice in helping him to understand who he was. So I gave him a challenge to spend at least 1 hour doing his own research throughout this week, and that I'm going to make time on Sunday to chat it up with him so that he can tell me what he learned juxtaposed to what he saw in the movie. And if anybody else wants to get in on that challenge, you are welcome. I will make it a Zoom, okay? Because I do make time for that. I think that is extremely important. And we have the ability to connect, to be innovative. We learned definitely, or it was reinforced during this pandemic, that there are no physical boundaries as far as us communicating. Physical boundaries don't matter. We have a lot of ways in which we can still communicate and learn, convene with each other, and get this information out there. So if you don't know about Chairman Fred, make sure you learn about Chairman Fred. He was prolific. He was intellectual. He was all the things that you need to be a movement, to create a movement, to have an effective movement, to create change. That is the reason why he is no longer here with us. That is the reason why he was taken away from us so soon. So it is important for us to learn these things. And again, we're not just learning them so we can sit back and say, I know who Fred Hampton is and he did da 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 da. We are learning them so that we understand the fight, that we have inherited and the fight that our children will inherit, and that we are arming them with the tools, the wisdom of the past, the things in the past that we feel we need to change, the things in the past we need to remix, and the things in the past that we need to adhere to right today, okay? So with that said, you guys, because I could go on and on and on about our history, about literacy, about our beautiful, beautiful culture and community, but I'm gonna stop. I'm going to stop right now. And I just want to thank you all for tuning in, and particularly with these technical difficulties that we have. I think I winged it. I think I did, but there are some things that are going on here that are causing me to have to be real creative. But let me check out the comments here. Sister Letitia said, absolutely, I have yet to watch Judas and Black Messiah, but The Goodbye Uncle Tom was one of the deepest movies I've ever seen. So Sister Letitia shared with us that she watched that movie Goodbye Uncle Tom for the first time. I don't know if you all have seen it. It's quite something to see. I don't think that it's what you want to tune into with small children, but as adults, it is important that we educate ourselves again, because that way it's not hard for us to teach our children about the history, because we know it ourselves. You are never too old to learn, and you are not exempt from this fight. You are not exempt from this struggle, the beautiful parts, the challenging parts, all of that. The torch, we pick it up and we move forward. You are not exempt. You are not exempt, okay? If you are alive, then you are a part of this struggle. If you are alive, you are a part of this beautiful community. So let's make sure that we are having impact, okay? And again, one way you can do that is making sure that your children are reading, and that they are reading books that reflect who they are, that teach them about who they are, okay? So with that said, again, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the support. If you would like to further support us, then you can go to clevercommunities.org and you can make a donation there. If you are a Cash App person, you can do $ Clever Communities. And if you are a PayPal gal or guy, you can do donations at clevercommunities.org. And this helps us to put more books into the hands of children. I guarantee you we are doing a lot with this show, but we do more behind the scenes, and there is more that you guys are going to see. So again, that is donations. That is clevercommunities.org. And you can make a donation there, $ Clever Communities for Cash App, and donations at clevercommunities.org for PayPal. You all have a wonderful evening. We love you. We appreciate you. Tomorrow is Community Connectors Night, and we are going to have a special guest. And then Rodney and I will be here cutting up like only we do, and reading and dissecting. So right now, the other thing you can do is click that share button so other people can know about this program. Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening. Peace.
Greetings, virtual villagers. I am Peyton, and today's quote is from Jack Johnson. If it seems like you are playing around and not practicing, that's when you know you really love it.
Greetings, virtual villagers. I'm Jameer, and I am delighted to bring you today's book recommendation. Kalia told you about heavyweight boxing champion Jack Johnson. If you are interested in learning more about him, be sure to check out his autobiography, My Life and Battles. You can purchase this book at your local Black-owned bookstore, or visit smile.amazon.com and add Clever Communities in Action as your charity, and Amazon will donate a percentage of the price of your purchases at no cost to you.
We in our own lane and we got our own slang. We got our own gang with a literacy gang. We in our own lane and we got our own slang. We do our own thing with a literacy gang. We know our ABCs, we can read a riddle. We about the accent, present for the simple. Subject and predicates meeting in the middle. 20 minutes, everything really is that simple. Your brain is a muscle, must keep it trained. We flex different with a literacy gang. Your brain is a muscle,